All right, you're live and ready to go.
On Tuesday, we did a basic contour line drawing of our fruits and vegetables here. And I put a dark cloth behind the bananas to make them really stand out. So what we want to do is draw the background, but if you can get the subtleness of the fabric in the background, that's kind of a real achievement. I'm not guaranteeing that, or I'm not demanding you do that, but I would like you to try to make some lighter areas. Again, you can draw with your eraser, but there is a fold that comes up here, and I want to make it not quite as dark right through here, so it reads as a fold. Notice that I'm holding my pencil sideways. If you are somebody who presses real hard, you might want to take your pencil and put your fingers on the other side of it so that you don't break the lead, because it's really irritating to constantly be breaking the lead. Now notice that this has this little light spot here, so I'm going to color around that. And notice also that this light comes into, so it's like arrows pointing to the fruit saying, look at this, look at this. And you want that. You want your fruit bowl here to be the star of your picture. And the way you do that is to highlight. Now I've also got a light spot there, so I'm going to, yes, I'm using the side of my pencil, but I'm not pressing as hard. So I can get a lighter value. And then behind that, I'll put the darker value, so that there is a change in values. It's still fairly dark back there. And then if I get it too dark, I can take my eraser from a regular old pencil and just lighten it up a little bit. Don't want to take it away completely, just lighten it up a little bit. And also this line right here is going right to our fruits and saying, hey, look at these fruits and vegetables. Aren't they yummy? Okay, so we're doing that, and I want to make it so that it's dark just like in the photograph. Right now we're really studying on how to draw things exactly the way they are. And then our next assignment will be a lot more of a fantasy thing, so you can use your creativity, but again, you'll be using darkness and lightness and texture, because Tim has made a video for you, and I will do the project with you, and we will see what we can create in the way of monsters. But right now, we're just trying to get to be a better artist on reality. And there are artists who do nothing but still lifes like this, and they sell very well. They have their own clientele. There are people who only buy still lifes, which is interesting to me. I like all kinds of art. So see what I've done here, how I've recreated this side. I need to come in more dark here because I don't want those hatching lines to be so obvious. Hatching lines are parallel lines that show how to go to gray in an area, hatching lines. So see how I've got it nice and dark there? And we're going to do that all the way through this piece. Right here in the center, you can see it's dark and then it goes lighter. So I'm just not going to press as hard, and that's how I get lighter. And I'm going to take it right up to our banana, because that'll make our banana really sing. But see how that, it looks much more finished when you do a background. And it's also a good idea if later on you want to do portraiture to learn how to do fabric, because fabric can be difficult. If you look at artists, I don't think Bob Ross did art fabric, but Norman Rockwell did, and he's a fairly popular artist. So I'm going to just do hatching lines here for this fold. You don't have to be, but keep them parallel and tight so that it looks like fabric draping. If you cross-hatched them, it wouldn't look quite right. And let's see what happens where the turn in the banana is. Right here at the turn of the banana, it gets darker again. So that makes that edge of that banana stand out. And a lot of people will say, oh, it's just a background. Well, a picture looks finished if you put a background in. Yeah, see, Tim says yes. I know you're going, Miss Fleming, there's no Tim there. There's no real person.
I'm fake.
Yeah, he's fake. And he was sitting right there in your seats learning how to be an artist 6 years ago, when a lot of you were babies. Well, not babies, but little guys. Okay, so we have gone to this banana. I'm going to edge that and darken that. And let's see what happens when it gets to all the way down here to our tangerine. Okay. My banana's in the wrong place. Let me move that. I can do that. Let me move this banana over. It's a bigger banana than I thought. I mean, you don't have to move yours if it's not in the right place. Just get it close. That's just the perfectionist in me. Okay, so you see this split right here. We're going to take that down. We're going to press hard, get that split in there. And I'm going to widen it with little hatch lines. And you can use this if you're drawing a portrait of somebody, let's say a lady in a prom dress kind of thing. You can use that for that. So if you're really impressed with your date when you go to prom, I'll teach you how to make a grid drawing and make her look exactly like she did in her prom dress. I'm just going to make this light right here because I can bring it down further, I think. Yeah, I think I will. Bring that pleat down further. But I want to show that there's... And then when it gets to this fruit, it gets darker. So I'm going to... And I'll leave a little white space. And you think, well, that's not really there. I know it's not really there. But when you run a dark thing next to a dark thing, leave a little white line. It helps it stand out. We don't want our tangerine to disappear completely. So now we've hatched in, and we really can't see the rest of it. We know it's dark on this side of the tangerine, because see it's dark there? So I'm going to go like that there, and take it down. Take it down, and just kind of softly disappear it. Okay. Now, what I want to concentrate now is on that glass. See how the glass here is up here, and then we have this bit right here, see it? And it's a lighter value. And I'm going to put a highlight in there. I'm going to take the edge of my eraser. See how this eraser is in pretty good shape, so I can go like that. And if I darken down behind it, that makes that pop out. So we have this edge of this glass, and then we have a light spot here and here. So I'm gonna go around it and make it darker back here so that this appears to be like a 2 value on your value scale. And then go down like that. And see how, and then we have this dark, almost like a V shape here. We're gonna put that in. And this is narrower than I made it, so let's make it narrower. Does it have to be perfect? Again, no. But it does have to have values in the background so that it makes the bowl pop out. Now the bowl is gray here. So but when you make your hatch lines on this part, definitely make them curved like this. Now, see how it's real dark right there? So you're gonna have to make those curved lines really dark right there. And then there's another white strip right here, right there. So I'm gonna put that there. And see how that begins to look like and that highlight is there, but there's a little shadow here on our pear, so I'm going to put that in. And also around here, there's a little shadow from the bowl on the pear. And then we have white highlights on that band. And we're slowly getting around that bowl. But we still want to put shades inside the bowl. And it's really hard to make them absolutely perfect, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just make sure they're hatched in there. And that you do not have to close every line. This is an implied line. Your brain goes ahead and closes that, even though it's not really there. So you're going to be using implied lines on this bowl. And notice how dark it is underneath the bowl. Make it dark. Make it dark. That's going to make that bowl pop out, which is the whole purpose of the darkness. Darkness and lightness, or lighting, really makes a difference. Tim tells me that was real important with Bob Ross. I don't know, I didn't watch Bob Ross, but it was really important in my classes where we learned to be artists. So see how we have glass here? We don't have it over here yet. We will get it. And you can turn the thing sideways if it's easier to work, and it's also easier for the camera to pick it up.
So you've never watched Bob Ross?
I have watched Bob Ross. But, you know, he'd go, happy little trees. Well, I found that if I wanted to make a happy little tree, it was really funny in the mountains. I used to live in Colorado, and we would go down the mountain hillside, and I would find that as we bounced down the mountainside, I could use my brush and make happy little trees that way. It was fun.
The only reason I brought him up is because your kids will know him. He's become
a legend.
Yeah.
I think his work is great for people who are just beginning to be artists. Mm-hmm. He's very reassuring. That isn't, and it isn't that hard. But you do have to really look. That's why I did that refraction piece. So now we have, you see that we have tones in our bowl here, and we're going to put some dark tones in where it is dark, and then going to take it around here, and I want to make it dark right here, because if you look right in here, it's pretty dark. I like to use, as I said, the side of my pencil, and as long as you don't press real hard, it's fine. And then see how this sort of bumps along down there? So make sure that this section right here is really dark, and that will make your bowl seem much more significant. And I'm hatching it this way because your brain will say, oh, that's a flat surface. That's where it's sitting on a table or some sort of flat object. So it helps your brain read this as sitting on a surface. Get it as dark as you can. And as I said, if you have a dark colored pencil, a black rather than a brown, you really wouldn't want to use brown. The brown would just scream, look at me, look at me. You don't want it to do that. Okay, so I'll just put a shaded area here. And I'm going to add a little bit more to our stem here. Remember how we made texture with line? Well, we're going to do that right in here. We're going to make texture with line. So we put some texture in there, and then it's real dark right here in this stem, and it goes right over here. And that creates texture with line. I think that might need to be a little softer. And this I think this is a pear. Don't remember now. I've already eaten these models, so I can't tell. I don't know. But this has a shadow right here. So let's put it in now. And it's funny because look, see how it goes across, but there's a little highlight right there. So you don't want to go straight across. You want to make that little highlight. And that will take us right through here. Okay. And then, what's your name on the bottom? Yes, you should write it in cursive, but you must make it readable. Okay? All right. Thank you.